Have you done this sort of thing before?
Me? Of course. I've been looting and pillaging up and down the coast.
Looting and pillaging, eh?
Yes.
What about the raping?
Shut up.
Well, it's obvious you haven't raped anyone in your life. Shh. Do you like women?
Huh? Of course I like women. I love them.
You don't love me.
Well, no, I don't. Mind you, I'm not saying I couldn't get to like you. As a matter of fact, I actually prefer it if there's some sort of mutual feeling between two people.
What? Rape?
Well, no. Obviously, then it wouldn't be rape, then, would it?
Get it over with.
I don't suppose that you... No.
What?
I don't suppose that, you do like me at all?
What do you expect? You come in here, burn my village, kill my family, and try to rape me. You don't like it, do you?
Well, I just think it's a little bit crude, that's all.
What about all the killing and looting? That's just as crude, isn't it?
Well, you have to do them.
Why? Why have you got to go around killing and looting all the time?
To pay for the next expedition, of course.
But that's a circular argument. If the only reason for the expedition is the killing and looting, and the only reason for the killing and looting is to pay for the next expedition, they cancel each other out.
Stop talking as if we're married.
Well, you started it.
Well, I just said I didn't feel like raping you.
And I was just saying that rape is no more pointless and crude than all the killing and looting.
Scream.
Ah.
Louder.
Ah! Rape!
Oh. Thanks.
Right. Where?
He raped me standing up.
You finished then?
I suppose so.
Right. Leave her alone!
Thanks for saving me from a fate worse than death.
I didn't mean to.
Oh, that's all right then. It's the thought that counts.
We want to go now to CNN's Poppy Harlow. She is in Steubenville, has been covering this trial. I cannot imagine, having just watched this on the feed coming in, how emotional that must have been sitting in the courtroom.
I've never experienced anything like it, Candy. It was incredibly emotional, incredibly difficult, even for an outsider like me, to watch what happened as these two young men that had such promising futures, star football players, very good students, literally watched as they believed their life fell apart. Are both found guilty of raping the 16-year-old girl at a series of parties back in August. Alcohol-fueled parties. Alcohol, a huge part in this.
Let her go.
Why? Why should we let her go? We haven't let a single braid yet.
What's the lasting effect, though, on two young men being found guilty in juvenile court of rape, essentially?
Well, you know, Candy, we've seen here a courtroom drenched in tears and tragedy, and, you know, Poppy's description, I think, you know, sums it all up. But across America, scenes like this happen all the time. I know as a prosecutor and a defense attorney, when that verdict is handed down, usually it's just the families of the defendants and the victims. There's always that moment of just lives are destroyed.
My wife. That showed her.
lives have already been destroyed by the crime, and we got a chance to see that. But in terms of what happens now, yeah, the most severe thing with these young men is being labeled as registered sex offenders. That label is now placed on them by Ohio law. And by the way, the laws in most other states now require such a designation in the face of such a serious crime. That will haunt them for the rest of their lives.
What's the matter? We're missing the fun, huh?
What's it all about, Grandpa?
What?
Well, we toil and labor, we loot and pillage, we rape and kill, and yet...
Why are you talking this piffle, son?
Where does it all get us, Grandpa?
Who you been talking to?
I met this girl.
Woman. There's always a woman who causes all the trouble.
She got me thinking.
So? What'd you do to her?
I killed her.
That's my boy.
And by June, Jacob was cleared to practice, relishing the chance to move past the trauma of his rape and get back onto the court.
Felt good to show people that I'm not just a rapist. I'm a basketball player first.
Jacob found solace in the support of his other teammates and his close-knit group of fraternity friends who helped convince Jacob this wouldn't ruin his life.
Well, we try not to focus on the fact that Jacob raped someone. Of course, if he wants to talk about it, we'd all obviously love to listen.
Now, in his 4th semester, Jacob is succeeding both on and off the court. He has a 2.7 GPA and a steady girlfriend, and he's refusing to let what happened to the girl he raped define him.
I thought, no way I can make it back after raping someone. But here I am.
From inside the bench, I'm Mark Howell.
Brave kid.